What's up, everybody? My name is Alvarez, aka Lokochon, and man, we're back here with podcast, Puro Lokochon podcast, episode number 6, and I'm joined here with
Christopher Rafael Vargas.
welcome, Christopher Rafael Vargas.
Thank you for having me here on your episode.
No, don't worry.
Yeah.
Cheers, bro.
Cheers up, brother. To your episode 6.
Hell yeah. Although we're both fives and we're here on episode 6, I ain't even mad, but whatever.
I mean, 6. I had 6. I had 5 line brothers, so we had a line of 6. That's why that means a lot to me. No, I mean it does. Much love to my line brothers.
Quick little shout out.
A quick little shout out to my boy Isaiah, Ernie. You got Eric doing his life right now. He's in the dog right now.
Shout out Eric.
I think he's doing military. He's working with military veterans now in Denver. So a lot of the homeless population down in Denver. So I feel like we're always getting awards for some dumb shit. And these people, they're literally down for the country. They believe in this country, to the point where they're like, you know what, I want to be a part of this shit, and I'm gonna be a part of this war. And other people experience some crazy ass shit, and now they're homeless out on the streets, and the country lied to them straight up. So, shit, that's why Eric's job exists.
But in regards to the topic of PTSD, man, I do believe that marijuana could be something that should be something either more investigated, or if they have investigated, to release the results and to see what the outcome is. Because at this point, we're really at a young point with marijuana. It's kind of when alcohol was being bootlegged back in the day,
And I guess kind of adding on to that, I think living in Colorado kind of gives you that. I guess you just take it for granted, bro. You go to another state, and the first thing, okay, well, I kind of want to smoke. I kind of want to relax, because out here we smoke every day. We kind of, we smoke every fucking day, bro.
Hell yeah,
wherever we want. You know what I mean?
Smoke responsibly and drink responsibly.
Exactly. Yeah.
Cheers.
Of course, do that. Exactly. But I was in Texas last weekend, and there was a couple moments where I was like, man, I kind of want to smoke right now. It'd be cool if I could smoke. And then I was like, oh shit,
I can go to jail for fucking
I can go to jail
decades, bro.
I can go to jail for fucking smoking weed. Something I wake up to. Something I literally do before class, something that's so regulated out here. It's so normal.
So normalized.
It's normalized, bro. It's fucking crazy. And there's dry counties in Texas. Have you ever been to a dry county?
Bro, I've never met nothing that ain't green, baby. You know what I'm saying?
No, there's dry counties, bro. Straight up. No, and I'm not talking about weed. There's dry counties in Texas.
With alcohol and all kinds of shit.
Dry, bro. Dry.
Do they sell cigarettes?
Yeah, I guess.
You got me fucked
the most
up,
dangerous shit. The most dangerous shit.
Bro.
It's a dangerous shit that they fucking decided to sell. But we were...
Let's give people cancer.
My parents got a hotel, whatever, down in a dry county. And I was kind of like, fuck, all right, whatever.
Can I ask a question? If you don't mind. Is it any chance cheaper being in the dry county, or the hotel staying? Is that why I'm just asking, is there because it's in a dry county, do they create those kinds of deals to get more people, or is it just, do you know, or do you not know? It's okay if you don't.
I guess just even thinking about it, bro, I think it'd be way, I think it'd be more expensive to live in a dry county. I don't know why.
But my question is more so asking, in the dry county that y'all stayed in, was it
more expensive?
Was it cheaper to stay, hotel wise?
To live, right?
Or, you can go to live, but I'm talking in regards to was it more just location, being closer to your relatives?
It was cheaper. It was, yeah, it was cheaper. So it is cheaper actually to live in a dry county, and I didn't know this until, I I invited my cousins over to our little hotel room, and I was like, "Hey, man, let's drink." And they stayed in another county, so they had to drive over, and they were like, "Oh, we'll just pick up some alcohol over there, whatever."
Right.
And there was a big ass storm, and that's a story for later. But fucking, they literally, he told me I had to go to a gas station, and there was only beer, and he doesn't drink beer anymore because the carbs and stuff like that. So it's a good habit.
I mean, it's true, bro. Like,
it's a good habit, bro. Like,
bro, beer can get you a little fat, bro. No lie.
Yeah, tell me not,
bro. Like, honestly, bro, like I can't eat and drink, bro. Like that's just
you do one or the other,
bro. It's just too heavy, bro. Like
how many carbs? I'm searching that up right now. Like how many carbs are in a beer? Obviously, White Claws are the shit.
No disrespect out to the audience that loves tasting beer, you know, just
no.
Be
like,
accountable.
Yeah,
it's
like, cool. It's cool, you know.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
There's 13 grams of carbs, I guess. Total carbohydrates, 13 grams. That's a lot, bro. I don't know.
I'm really naive in regards to like grams,
grams and all that shit.
Yeah, how all that shit goes, bro. I have no idea,
bro. I'm pretty sure there's like that. That's a lot, bro. Even with like stacking up a beer, like. Let's say you go to a restaurant, you're like, I'll have a beer and I'll also have a burger and some fries.
I mean, bro, just if you think about like the things you consume in one night let's say at a college experience, bro, like, come on, bro, like
average,
bro. You're thinking of how heavy the first beer is, and then you go to the second one, and it's whatever, and then you shotgun the third one, and then that one's just like, oh, bro, my brain freezes, bro. It's whatever, you know, and then bro, it's just.
I'm even gonna say this, bro. I've had experiences where like, all right, we're just fucking getting fucked up, and we're drinking beer, drinking more beer, and then towards the end of the night, what do you want to do? After a long ass night of drinking, you want to fucking eat a greasy ass fucking pizza.
I'm about to say, smoke a bowl, bro. What you mean? and
then go eat. Exactly. But those are the only greens you're having that night.
Except for the McDonald's lettuce that they just, put together with Play-Doh in the back.
Nah, those are smothered in fucking mayonnaise, bro. That shit don't count. But all right, hold on. Let's go back to the. Let's go back to the hotel in Texas.
That's true.
So we're chilling. And I told my cousin, go get us some drinks. Mm-hmm. He's like, all right, fuck it. He said he went to a gas station. They only had a beer, and it was like that low shit. And he's like, and I don't drink beer. So I was like, okay, well, go do what you got to do. He goes to kind of like a King Supers over there. It's called something else, I think, like
City Market.
Something like that.
Because, I mean, up there in Aspen, bro, that's what that shit's called. City Market.
City Market?
Yeah, like King Supers, bro.
I think it's called Kroger over there. Something
Kroger? Like that. Okay, that's also like a franchise company. I can see that.
It is. So he went to Kroger Market or something like that. Mm-hmm. And he got a wine bottle. And I was like, all right. He shows up with the wine bottle.
Speaking of wine bottle, shout out to Chris for bringing this. It's a great bro.
Exactly. I was going to bring beer, but my cousin, he got me onto the
carbohydrates, Chris. Be careful.
13 grams of carbohydrates. So I think I said carbohydrates. Carbos. Back to the story. So he said that there wasn't any liquor stores in that area. And he's like, what the fuck? I searched it up on my phone. The next liquor store is literally 20 minutes away. And I was like, with this
bro, that's like going to Harmony in Fort Collins. And those of y'all who don't know, man, Fort Collins is fucking huge, bro.
It is.
It's so big. Like, you can never believe that you traveled 20 minutes in a city living in Colorado.
Yep.
It's possible, motherfuckers. All right. Live in Fort Collins.
Now, I saw this cool meme. It said, Denver is an hour away from Denver. Just because of the fucking traffic.
Bruh.
And the city.
Especially over there, like South Denver, bro, by like IKEA. Bruh.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah. That shit's ridiculous, bro. But, and he told me, he's like, I'm not driving 20 minutes to go get some alcohol. And I was like, fuck it. Just bring the wine bottle. Fuck it.
For sure.
We're just drinking, whatever. But that's the first time, like, I didn't even think of it. It didn't cross my mind. Like, I remember hitting up Dallas, bro, from out there.
Right.
Shout out SLB. I hit up the bro. And I was like, hey, dog, like, where can I get some alcohol? He's like, bro, I live in the same county. That's like 15, 20 minutes away if you want to get it cheap. I was like, fuck, dude. Like, there's literally dry counties. There's people who vote on this shit to say we're not gonna sell alcohol in this county.
I mean, bro, but like you gotta honestly kind of respect that shit, because I mean, in communities too, bro. I think if anybody can correct me, please, because I don't want to be putting out false information. But I do believe there's even some reservations, that are also pretty dry. So I mean, to it being like, hey, like check this out over here, check that over here, because
there are dry reservations. I remember learning about that shit. Like because it became an issue, bro. Like it literally became an issue. Like it's kind of like what's going on down in the bigger cities, bro. Like they put a lot of the liquor stores, they put a lot of dispensaries and all these fucked up like things that in fucking underrepresented, or how could I say this, man? Like messed up neighborhoods. Let's just say that, like underrepresented neighborhoods.
For those who like don't know what your meaning of messed up, can you maybe define that to those who don't understand?
Yeah, so let's say where you find most people of color. Let's just be straight up. That's.
I mean, that's being honest. Like, I'll be real. Like, I understand that, but like, you got to put it to a point where like people.
Yeah. So low income family neighborhoods, neighborhoods where you usually find more people of color, and there's just neighborhoods that don't get the resources that a lot of these other neighborhoods get. That you usually think about when you think about a good neighborhood. Let's say.
Right.
So a lot of these neighborhoods, ironically, and that's just the way it's set up, there's a lot of liquor stores and there's a lot of dispensaries for some unknown reason.
Honestly, bro, I need to travel more to see that, because for me, bro, I'm never in Denver, to be honest. Like, I mean, nowadays, bro, like, excuse me, my dad was telling me that it's important for you to know like roads and like how to get to a place without GPS, and I'm like, that we live in a generation where technology, you charging your phone, is basically never gonna be a hassle if you don't make it a hassle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
that's true.
So like for me to to agree, like I need to go out there to see that. I take the benefit of that, and actually. Chris did give us a tour of Denver, shout out to Chris. It was
I took him down to South Denver, down to something called City Park down in Denver.
The shit was beautiful, bro. Like Chris was like, hey bro, like
check this out. Yeah, check out my favorite murals down in Denver. A lot of the Chicano art out there. It's actually really cool.
Why do you like Chicano art, bro? Because like if I can be honest, like being in a very Mexican machista culture, bro, like, the word Chicano, bro, has such like a negative connotation.
Oh yeah, dude.
Why? Why do you think that is, bro?
So it all comes back down to the Chicano movement. I'm sure.
But in your own opinion,
my own opinion,
why do you think there's a divide? Why do you think there's like a certain kind of like shame upon some people like using the term Chicano and being like full Mexican?
Oh, all right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Because I feel like there's a stigma if you're not purely Mexican.
Exactly, bro.
I feel like if you're a Chicano, well, think about it, bro. Like a lot of the people we're personally around are straight up Mexican, bro. And
what is that? What does straight up Mexican mean?
I feel that my grandpa, for example, he's a Mexican. He was born in Mexico, straight up Mexican, and this guy, he doesn't like Chicanos. He doesn't like working around Chicanos because he thinks that they're better than everybody who's not Mexican and stuff, because they know. He always told me this. He's like, oh, just because they think they know English, just because this, just because of that, and they're well adapted to the country,
Western European cultures.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So it goes down to that, bro. It comes down to my grandpa, he'd always tell me, these guys are fucking lazy. They're they have that privilege of, being able to speak up without being deported because they have papers. A Chicano, let's break down the word Chicano.
Damn, but that's important though. He recognized that people are fighting for rights.
Yeah. He knows that. He knows that straight up, bro. Like he knows it's a right.
And even more, bro, he's recognizing
what Chicano culture is about. What a Chicano is like. To Chicano in my grandfather's eyes, who's a straight up Mexican, someone from Mexico, an older man, older generation. Let's take that into consideration too. He grew up, I would say, like, let's say 60s to 70s, around that time. And taking that into consideration, like, he doesn't like Chicanos because straight up, like, he knows that they do have that privilege of speaking up, while he doesn't because he's in a foreign country in his eyes, right? And let's also talk about, you know, the rumors. I would say what I was taught at a certain level, but I took that extra step to educate myself. Cesar Chavez, as much as people talk about him being the hero for the Mexican / Chicano / Latinx movement here in the U.S., he did not support illegal immigrants. He would always make that clear. He'd always make that clear to everybody when he gave a speech. And he made that clear with his movement. He'd always be like, okay, well, you know, I want rights for these labor workers. You know what I mean? But then they'd be like, well, what about this? What about that? Like, what about these the issues with illegal immigrants in this country? That's when he'd be like, oh, no, I'm not supporting wetbacks. I'm supporting the legal Mexican Americans here in this country that are struggling. What? And that's so problematic. That's so fucking problematic. Why? Because who's usually working out on the fields now? Right? Illegal Mexicans, bro. Illegal immigrants.
Bro, do you know, like, when maybe some people can
generalize it.
So you said that he actually says this pretty often.
He would make that clear. That's my understanding. He would make it clear that I'm only supporting Mexican Americans and Chicanos here. That's where the whole huelga movement comes from. That's why, you know, all this stuff comes from. And it's pretty crazy, bro, because if it came down to it, bro, like, he would not really support a lot of these.
Bro, I am so fucking, like, mindfucked, bro.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. Like, do you think he would agree with a lot of these policies being thrown out today? Do you think he'd be like a Republican if it came down to, you know, the immigration issues here in this country? Do you think he'd be like, no, like, kick immigrants out of this country, but make sure that there's, like, I feel like where his stand on a lot of things was from a labor union type of thing. You know what I mean?
Bro,
from a labor source.
Bro.
Like, if you're working here legally,
I'm so appalled, bro. Like, I think
he's fighting for those rights.
But
you know
still, bro, like,
it's
just kind of, it's kind of like, it's kind of overwhelming, bro. Like, we idolize this figure, bro.
Oh shit! Look, so yeah. Cesar Chavez here. I found an article from.
Can you send me that link, bro? I'm actually gonna.
For
my viewers, real quick, man. What we're talking about right now, you can find that shit actually, and if you hit in the YouTube video, you push on the title or like the description of this video.
Yeah.
I'm gonna post a link of this article. Please, it's a blog, so take that in consideration. I mean, the credibility can go this far, or it can lead you to something else. You know, just take that into account. But we will include that link for you all. But sorry to interrupt you, brother.
No, you're good, brother. Just from literally searching up Cesar Chavez views on illegal immigration, an article came up saying Cesar Chavez used terms wetbacks and illegals to describe immigrants. So it's
bro,
there, bro.
Why the fuck are we idolizing people like this, bro?
I guess I don't know, bro. I really don't know where I stand with that. And that's why I've always seen through that shit. And that's me. I've always, like, think about that shit. I'd be like, wait,
bro, I'm so fucking heartbroken, bro.
Yeah, Cesar Chavez, bro. It's bro, like,
people fucking.
If you don't do your research, you'd probably listen to the guy. You know what I mean?
Ignorant, bro, like me.
I don't know. It's like that, bro. It's like that. And I'm telling you, Cesar Chavez, a lot of these leaders, bro, like, it's just, I don't blame him, bro. Like, I don't, because
I mean, to be honest, like, no, like, let's have a real ass conversation.
Yeah,
we know homies that, you know people in certain kinds of groups of community that are the stereotypical people that are talking about. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, there are certain people coming over here for that kind of motive, that kind of money. But the thing is that, bro, like, you gotta go more in depth. you can't just like, oh, you came illegally, you know, like you're a narco. You know, you're a traficante. You know, like and some people, bro, are seeking asylum. Some people, bro, are coming over here to fucking, you know, make their business, bro.
It's not their fault.
And that's the thing that I want to make clear, bro, because like, bro, like,
and it goes back to
the things that just happened, like this fucking this week, bro, like the cartel, bro, like
Culiacan,
it's so crazy, bro. Like the fact that like
look at the terror, bro. Look at the fucked up shit going on over there,
bro.
And
you
still have
use a great word, bro. Terror, bro. It does not give any more justice than that, bro. I saw a video, bro, of a mother, bro, running with her daughter, saying like, "Agarra mi hijo, you know, métese adentro," like.
Yeah,
like, bro, like that's so scary.
That's what I'm telling you, bro. Like that's exactly what I'm telling you. Like it kind of goes back to what you were telling me about, literally traveling more, bro. Like traveling more, and that caught my eye, bro. Because we all should be expanding our shit, bro. We all should be traveling and checking these countries out, bro. Do you think our president takes the time to do that shit? No, bro. That's the fucking issue, bro. Do you think if he were at least, bro, if he would have at least like
you're talking about the president in the United States, right?
The U.S. president,
okay.
You think like if this fool would have gone out to, you know, Culiacan this past week, bro, do you think his ass would have probably like get an idea of what it is to live in Mexico and maybe like get an idea of why a lot of people are moving into this fucking country, bro? Like,
I mean, you gotta be honest at this point, bro. Like, who wants to go there when there's gunfights, bro? It takes some kind of fucking heart, bro. But it takes some kind of bravery, bro. And it takes a kind of leader that is not common, bro. And that is talked about a lot because we normalize these heroic acts, bro. We really do. But the fact is, do people practice those things that we preach, bro, as much as like we want to recognize them?
That's true.
Like at this point, bro, like you need a tally. You need a tally to be like, all right, in the sense of like people being heroic and being sincere and being like, you're not doing it for attention. Like there's this much, and it's very little, to be honest, in my opinion. And like I said, man, any of those my audience that want to challenge us, please do, because like we're not here to provide false information. If you have any kind of like rebuttal, any kind of like academic, you know, any kind of academic, because I don't want to say the books that are given to us are fully academic, because a lot of narratives, a lot of stories that are not told are not within this kind of academia world. So, you know, as long as you can enlighten us with something, you know, we'd love to take the time. And I'm speaking on my behalf, and I'm assuming as well, Chris is going to take that time to really,
yeah, bro, I feel like it's just our president's lack of,
you want to pass me that glass real quick?
Yeah. It's his lack of engagement, bro. I feel like he's not as engaged in trying to learn what's surrounding him, you know.
Honestly, like, although like Obama, whatever Obama did, don't get me whatever, because it's too, bro. Like, it's, yeah. You know, but bro, like he looked really engaged.
He did.
Low key.
He did. He
even till this day, bro.
He was engaged. He's still engaged. Oh, yeah.
Him or his fucking wife, bro. You know.
But like, let's also talk about. Yeah, he might be. A lot of people might argue. Yeah, he's engaged in my community. Well, he needs to be engaged in more communities. I feel like if we see him more in Mexico, if we see him like out there, we'd at least be like, okay, well, he knows what's going on in other countries.
We can respect that you're putting yourself in those spaces
in other situations. Exactly. Now he just looks like a rich boy. Bro,
what is the difference between a lot of white privileged men? To be honest, I don't want to get it all twisted, because don't get me wrong, there is a lot of white privileged men that need to get put in check. But there is also a population of white people who don't meet that kind of like societal value of being like white. You know, don't get me wrong, you being poor, rich, there's certain privilege behind being white. But there's also like certain oppression, or white people have never witnessed oppression in a full state, so they don't witness that. But they do feel some kind of, negative remorse from a group of people or a society. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I challenge people to, you know, even in this case with Cesar Chavez, to just do your fucking research, because, I mean, fuck, man, we idolize people like this, and yet we fucking shame people that nowadays use the term wetbacks or illegal. You know, why aren't we talking about this nowadays? Why aren't we bringing this into the discussion? Like, was Cesar Chavez like prejudice? Yeah. You know, like those are all the conversations.
And that's the thing again, like I said, like you really can't blame the guy. He's getting a lot of you know, he got up there. He was being listened to, bro. And like, let's be honest, if you're being listened to at such a big like spectrum like that, and you actually like have people engaged in your movement, they're gonna start asking questions. Well, how do you feel about this? I feel like he got put under pressure, and that's when he's like, "Oh no," and that's fucked up, bro, as a leader, because like, who's usually out there working on those fields? Illegal immigrants, bro.
Right.
Let me take that back to what I was telling you earlier about the neighborhood thing. Because a lot of these black and brown neighborhoods, bro, like that's where you find a liquor store at every corner, bro. Because they know the power that's there, bro. I feel like what's the strongest thing there is, bro, is a person of color who knows who they are and who knows their power, bro. Because if you know your power, you're not gonna let nobody fuck with that, bro. And that's why we need to get educated.
Hey man, and can I just interrupt you real quick, just for like 2 seconds? I'm grateful that, you know, social media is here, you know, because through social media, like, we make this podcast possible, yo. Like, you know, like this conversation between me and Chris, or you and Chris, or myself and yourself, like, would not be possible if you were not honestly living in the area that we reside in, nor like would it be if you're in our presence to have that conversation, you know. So this is another, you know, big reason why I started this podcast. You know, I'm grateful that we've gotten here to EP6, and you know, and I hope this is a resource for y'all. I really hope that y'all take the time to listen as much as y'all can, because I know as challenging it is to listen to anything. You know what I'm saying? You gotta find an interest, you gotta find a motive, you gotta find even a discipline to find out what the fuck they're saying. Exactly. So, you know, this is what this is here for, you know, and I really hope that y'all use this to the advantage. Apologize for interrupting real quick, but man, I don't even know how to share it.
Brother.
Cheers up.
This is actually pretty cool, bro. For sure. The whole platform, everything, bro. Use it to your advantage, bro. Because I'm telling you, like, as a person of color, this shit is sick, bro.
You know what someone told me, bro?
What, bro?
They're like, damn, I feel special coming onto a podcast.
Oh, hell yeah, bro. I was happy. I was like, I'm about to get this wine bottle. Like, I'm about to chill with the homie. Bro, this is cool. This, I don't think a lot of Latinos have this platform.
And like those who do, bro, like, to be honest, are real ignorant, bro. Like,
shout out.
They're real hard to give opportunities, but you know, those who I like to give a shout out to that have been like replying to my messages is, you know, quick shout out to D-Rock, quick shout out to Lalo the Giant, man. Y'all do some great things in the fucking media world. Especially, you know, one more shout out to Lalo the Giant, man. Like, you're fucking working with Rancho Minde, bro. Like, you're doing a bunch of great shit, bro.
That's cool, bro.
You know, so, you know, y'all are definitely some mentors, so people that are cool real motivated, are motivating me and stuff like that. But something before I want to take this conversation to a whole whatever different level is you talked about being in school, and man, I just think about being in school and having responsibilities, right? Not only just responsibilities, but having a certain kind of life form depend on you. So, well, my whole point of bringing this kind of conversation up is like, how do you, Christopher, feel in regards to college students owning dogs and stuff like that, man? Just because, I mean,
I feel like that was a good one, bro.
I feel like I have good points to bring up as well, but I mean, me being a proud owner of a 3-year-old, you know, American Pit Bull Terrier. Shout out to my little girl, she's over there, you know. She's a homie, you know, on deck, bro. You know, and I don't blame her because, you know, she's had a long day. My best friend, bro, low key, like, that's cool. My right fucking hand, bro. Honestly, you gonna think it's gonna be a dog, bro?
Hell yeah,
that's her, bro.
That's it, bro. But that's best friend. I also own a dog, Pit Bull as well. And
shout out Zoe, you already know.
Shout out little Zoe, yeah, she's out in Denver.
I'm gonna actually put a little clip for y'all dog lovers of them playing, you know.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, she was here. She was up in Foco last weekend because I went out to Dallas. But man, this dog was given to me my sophomore year of college. When I was living in the dorms. Key Plus, really good program.
Shout out
to take advantage of. Yep, a lot of Key Plus students out there. Really good opportunity, a privilege, I'd say.
Definitely a privilege, bro.
Oh yeah, definitely. You're
hey, one more shout out to Brian, man, undeclared fucking person, bro. He's a fucking.
It was Derek running that program back then. He's both solid as guys.
Hey, shout out y'all. Hey, one more time to Key, bro.
Yeah, Key. The whole program. I feel like Key's a really amazing program. It made me feel at home. So I had to stay twice, 2 years. It's usually a freshman program.
If you want more information, like I said, I'm gonna tag Chris. If you want to key more details, put
the key link on there, yeah.
And my boy,
I feel like more people.
Nah, I'm not gonna put the key link because.
Oh yeah.
You know.
We were just straight up put the key link, bro.
Tag Colorado State University.
Fuck it. Yeah, right. What was I gonna say? I had a whole ass dog, yo. I had a whole ass dog in the dorms.
For how long?
3 months.
Until you got kicked out?
3 months till I got kicked out. 3 solid ass months. Oh, they were fucked up. I'm not gonna lie. She fucked up.
Owning your dog is a process, bro.
Yeah, it was cute at first. It was cute maybe the first night because she was just sleeping, and I was like, oh, this is cute. I want to go get her food.
Love.
I wanted to get her toys. I was hyped, yo, and it all went to shit when she took a shit. She wasn't.
It all went to shit when it took a shit.
Yeah. Like she straight up just shit all over the place, and my roommate wasn't having it, and I was like, "Fuck, bro, I'll train her." I bought those mats, whatever, where they were supposed to piss. Like, funny story. This one time, she kind of landed on the corner of the mat. She pissed the corner of the mat, but still pissed the floor, and like. I was so happy. I was like, Zoe, yeah. And she was so happy. She pissed herself. And I was like, shit. And as a parent and as a dog parent, you're supposed to discipline every single act like that. So I did have to yell at her. But, it's a trip having a dog, especially in the dorms.
I like to believe if you take care of a dog well, bro, it's like having a kid.
Mm-hmm. But there was a lot of times where I was walking towards my dorm and I was like, fuck, what does she do now?
You kind of just know in your stomach, like,
yeah, I literally haven't been home for an hour and I'm tripping. Like I've been tripping. I'd be trying to get home and some shit would be fucked up, and that's just how it is. But I took the decision. I was like, well, I didn't take the decision. The RA there. Yeah, I don't want to say his name. Whatever.
Say their name.
Their name. Sorry. I don't know, like, he just straight up knocked on my door and he's like, I know about the dog. And I'm like, fuck. He's like, it needs to be out of here in about a week or I'm going to have to call animal control. I was like, fuck, dude, just a week? Fuck, all right. I decided to take the trip down to Denver on Friday where my parents live. Thankfully, she was already potty trained. She would just go to the door and she would scratch the door until I took her outside. And she would piss out and, take a poop outside. Thank you, bro. Mm-hmm. And she was trained. She knew how to sit. She knew she was patient. She worked with me.
Energetic.
Yeah, she's also energetic. She loves people, and she just loves to be. She loves to be around girls. That's something that a lot of the babysitters she did have. A lot of the girls that shout out to a lot of the girls on my floor that would take care of her. Honestly, she would love being around them and stuff. So. I remember taking her down to Denver on Friday and I was like, hey, Mom, look, I have a surprise for you. And she's like, what? I brought in a dog. My line brother, Jaime.
Surprise.
My line brother, Jaime, was with me. And she's like, no, this is Jaime's dog. I was like, no, it's my dog. She's like, you have a whole ass dog and you live in the dorm? Yeah, dude. And I remember me and Jaime were hungry as fuck. So I told her, I was like, I'm going to leave the dog here for a bit. I feel like that shit's fucking crazy, bro. Like we're literally, we started this conversation about literally only having one dog. This motherfucker had 3 dogs, y'all. So if you're wondering if you should, if you're wondering if you should have a fucking dog, I think you should ask Alan because he's obviously had 3 fucking dogs.
Nah, man. And the thing is, bro, like I've always wanted to be someone to be a resource, bro. Like I've always known what it was to tell no. I've always known the person to be shut down. And my thing was like my boys needed it, bro. And like, I don't hate the fucking dogs, bro. I don't fucking like I don't, like I'm grateful they taught me a lesson, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, bro, like obviously I recognize that I can't raise 3 dogs at once. First and foremost, like I can't fucking raise 3 dogs. But other than that, bro, like I learned that like these are people who, or not people, but these are creatures that live, bro. That's an umbrella term for people who walk the fucking earth at this point, bro. Yeah. You're a creature who fucking raises upon this earth. You know what I'm saying?
God damn. Chavez with the hookup.
Hey, bro, one more shout out to the boy Chavez, man. He's a backstage production. One more shout out to the Heina Jessica, my girlfriend, my partner. You know, she's a big fucking motivation and support behind this program and this movement, bro. You already know.
Fuck, bro. I feel like just if you own a fucking, this is for everybody. If you own a fucking dog in college, just ask yourself, do I have a consistent lifestyle? Am I a consistent person?
Are you responsible?
Are you responsible? And are you
in certain areas where you need to invest that energy?
Are you a self-motivated person? Because literally this dog's going to fuck up your house at one point, bro. This dog's going to shit everywhere. It's going to be annoying. It's going to need to, depend on you to live. If you're not self-motivated, don't fucking do it. Just straight up, bro. Because that's...
Straight up, y'all.
Because y'all are going to be like, fuck, like I don't want to go outside and take the dog outside. It's too fucking cold. Shit's like small shit.
And it gets like that, bro. Huh? Like
it gets like that.
For the audience, Tristan just walked into the fucking little setup.
The boy see.
You know what I'm saying? But man, like living. I'm telling y'all, being a fourth year at Carson University, bro. This is the first time I live in an apartment, bro, and it's so hard, bro. Like. Sometimes, bro, just because, like, dude, you need to go outside with them, bro. And sometimes, bro, you don't want to. Like,
so when you were living in a house, like, you just opened the fucking door and...
and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they would come back and scratch. They're ready, bro. I'm fucking ready to open that door because me too. I'm ready. It's cold as shit.
But exactly, yeah, exactly. Like, I feel like a lot of y'all, like... Yeah, y'all say, yeah, I can take care of a fucking dog. Like, it's a fucking dog. Like, no, bro. Like, if your ass doesn't want to go outside whenever that dog needs to go outside, you need to take your ass outside and make sure that dog shits.
And like I said, this podcast is 100% real. And real, I'm taking myself accountable because even when I wake up like that, like, I'm just like, fuck. Like, but I find the layers and then I put my gloves and I'm just like, bro, but she can't open the door and go take a shit by herself.
Yeah, no, she can't. Unless you have a doggy door. I've always like thought about having a fucking doggy door.
You need a house.
But I lived in a whole fucking ass dorm. And I raised a fucking pit bull.
I lived in an apartment.
And another apartment. Bro, it's fucking crazy. I can reckon
apartments.
Oh yeah, I've lived in a fucking apartment my whole fucking life, bro. Like, it's crazy. I've always lived around other people, but that's what I'm fucking saying, y'all. Like, don't have a fucking dog. Like, I can recognize myself as a fucking college student. I can speak like, no, bro,
I ran through the fucking hits. Point is, like,
fucking if you're living in an apartment, don't do it.
You learn shit, right?
And that's when I literally needed to ask for help. I literally, that's the only reason I was like, yo. Can y'all take care of my fucking dog? But literally, bro, I was kind of tripped out, bro. Because what if my parents said no, bro? I was so fucking glad I actually trained the fucking dog. Because, goddamn, bro, if I wouldn't have had trained the dog, like, I'm pretty sure my parents would have been like, no.
Chris, are you serious?
Yeah, like, don't bring a whole ass fucking puppy here.
Christian.
Yeah. the Christian will explain that shit later.
Oh shit,
that shit's funny.
Hey, that's a special feature kind of talk. Subscribe.
You gotta subscribe and get the
follow.
The membership with that like,
you already know.
But it's pretty I don't know, bro. If you can't take care of a dog, don't do it. Just straight up, it's too much work. I literally had to ask for help. My parents thankfully accepted that dog.
With that being said, man, like you taking a point of being humble, like my question to you, Chris, is before we wrap up this podcast, man, it's a great talk, and the fact that this talk is not gonna end, I hope that that I'm gonna invite you back. Yeah. We're gonna do some other great shit. Yeah. And I appreciate your time. But before that, I want to ask you if there was some kind of thing that you would tell to young Christopher Rafael Vargas, what would that be?
Fuck, bro. I would probably just fucking look at life differently. I'd probably talk to my high school freshman fucking Chris version, and I'd be like, hey, bro, literally all these teachers, everybody around you just wants you to be somewhere in life. And that's literally their job. They're getting paid to fucking help you out. And that's regarding all my teachers in high school, bro. These people, Shout out to every teacher I've
Shout
ever
out to
had.
Kip. He's
No, Strive Prep.
Sorry.
That's our rival school.
I'm from Fort Lupton.
Nah, it's all good. Nah, and that's the thing though. I love Fort Lupton.
That shit out. Bleep that shit out.
Nah, you're good, bro. As I was telling you, bro, first graduating class, it's kind of fucking tough to fucking do shit like that when you don't have consistent fucking teachers. You have
mentors.
College. I was taught by college students, bro. I was taught by literally my college counselor was Azai Honey.
Shout out.
Which is a sorority. Literally, it's fresh out of college. She was just honey.
Shout out.
Just trying to help out. Yeah, exactly. Trying to help out students of color. Like she went to a neighborhood like mine, South Denver. She knows. She straight up, she knew what she was getting herself into, and she put in that patience. And these people aren't getting paid enough. That's another issue for another time.
Hey, that's a feature.
They're not getting the recognition for it. But I would understand. Yeah, I would understand my teachers at a different level, and I'd work with them to be more successful. Because I started doing that my junior year.
So in a one sentence advice, even for the people to understand, what would you tell 9th grade Chris?
I'd just be like, hey, bro, all these people around you that you straight up just don't listen to, don't respect.
Right.
These people are literally here just to make sure that you make it to college and you have a good life. They're just trying to set you up.
Right. And with that being said, y'all, this is going to wrap up episode number 6 of Puro Lokochon podcast, man. I do appreciate y'all for sticking with us until episode number 6. And I do encourage y'all to follow us if y'all don't, because, man, this is just the beginning. This is Alan Perez, a.k.a. Lokochon, and we're going to see here with the next one. You already know.
Shout out. Good shit, bro.
I mean, this shit.
My name is Chris Vargas. Big shout out to the Lokochon podcast.